Hello, can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, fine.
Yep.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, well, I just wanted to say welcome to this Sustainability Awards. It's under some strange circumstances, I think we'll all agree. The current coronavirus situation is obviously coming for everybody and certainly impacting the NHS massively. However, I think that we are there to support the NHS at this time and get behind them and give them a bit of good news and support at this time. It's also important to remember that we're trying to make award ceremonies virtual so we can support on reducing carbon and removing our impact across the NHS, which is today is all about. So welcome to you all. Welcome to all our sponsors. I'm really excited about today and what it's going to be about. We have set aside 3 till 4 for this. We may overrun depending on what people want to say everything, but let's hope everybody enjoys it. Take your time if you want to say any words and stuff, and just good luck to everybody involved. So Matthew is a little bit about me. I hated having to write this because I've got that awful picture of me there. But it is, I've been working with the campaign since 2013, and we originally had a day and then we moved it into a nationwide campaign. We've been up and down the country doing physical events and roadshows. We do online engagement reports, webinars, all sorts of stuff. A little bit about myself. I'm a fellow of the Royal Society back in the last year for Services Sustainability. I'm a Leeds United fan for my and I reside in Leeds. There's a little bit about me. I think we're going to move on to the next slide now. Matthew. So their award sponsors, I want to say thank you to all our sponsors for supporting us. As many of you will know, this campaign from the NHS, we've never received a penny of money from the government or the NHS, and we believe in giving back. And it's thanks to these organisations and our members who make that happen. So without them, we would be lost. So a big thank you to them, and I'm really delighted to have their support. So the running order today for the awards will go like this. We've got Staff Engagement Award first, which is sponsored by Intersurgical. Public Engagement Award sponsored by HEFMA. We've got the Waste Award sponsored by Elemental Healthcare. Carbon sponsored by Salix. Reuse sponsored by Warpit. Procurement Award sponsored by Low Carbon Europe. Clinical Award sponsored by Armstrong Medical. Travel Award sponsored by HEFMA. Our Innovation Award. Supply of the Year Award. Food Award and Infrastructure Award. It's just worth noting that our can't join us today. Unfortunately, Nigel is in America on lockdown with his family, so I will be announcing that when it gets to clinical. Okay. So, Matthew. So, I will hand over to Stephen of Intersurgical to announce the nominees in this category.
Okay, well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Steve Williams, and I'm the Sales Director of Intersurgical, and I've been asked to present this award. And just to say that Intersurgical are committed to minimising the environmental impact of the company's products, activities and services, and to the prevention of environmental pollution and sustainable resource use, which is why we've been certified to the ISO 14001 standard for environmental management for the past 15 years. We are proud to sponsor the NHS Sustainability Staff Engagement Award category as it positively encourages environmental awareness programs, initiatives and behavioural changes on a daily basis amongst NHS staff. We feel this can only have a positive impact for the future. Above all, the policies, procedures and plans put in place for NHS sustainability, without the people, it simply simply could not work, which is why Intersurgical chose a category that related to staff. So the shortlist for this staff engagement category is the Midlands Partnership NHS Foundation Trust, Interserve, Ysbyty Gwynedd, University College London Hospitals NHS Foundation Trust, Tameside and Glossop Integrated Care NHS Trust, Sheffield Teaching Hospitals Foundation Trust, Manchester University NHS Foundation Trust, and University Hospitals of Derby and Burton NHS Foundation Trust. So from that shortlist, I can announce that the winner is Sheffield Teaching Hospitals Foundation Trust. And I believe the representative, Emma Wilson, head of catering, will say something on behalf of Sheffield.
Emma, are you there to say something? Just trying to see if she's there. Stephen, just bear with us.
Okay, thanks.
Emma? We don't believe Emma is there, so we'll pass on congratulations to Emma. She's not currently joined us at the moment, but we'll pass on the congratulations to Emma, and we'll now move on to the highly commended in the category.
Okay, the highly commended in the category. First, Tameside and Glossop Integrated Care NHS Trust, and I hope that Susan Osborne, the communication advisor, is around to say something on behalf of Tameside and Glossop.
Hi, Susan, I think you are there. I can see you online. Are you able to unmute yourself and say a few words?
Right, unmuted. That should work.
There you go, Susan. There you are.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Guys, this is so wonderful, and I can't tell you what it'll mean to our staff, particularly this difficult time with the coronavirus. We've had a really challenging time the last couple of weeks. The area that we serve is particularly challenging. There's a lot of health issues in our community, and our staff, we believe about 80, maybe even 89% of our staff live in the community we serve. So what we do in the hospital actually rolls out across a wider community to our schools, to our local charities and organisations, and the staff have got absolutely behind this. I can't tell you what this is going to mean. We've got all sorts of activities planned for the coming 12 months. We've got 320 trees coming from the Woodland Trust in November, which we're going to share with our wider community. We've got a greenhouse that's being built out of recycled bottles, all sorts of things that we plan to do now, and this will give us the impetus to go forward. So thank you so much.
Brilliant. That's great to hear. Thank you very much, Susan.
Thanks, Susan. Congratulations.
Stephen?
So the second highly commended person that was on this list is Manchester University NHS Foundation Trust. And I believe Claire should be there, who's head of environmental sustainability, to say something on behalf of Manchester University.
I believe she is. Claire, can you say a few words? Hi Claire, can you hear us? Yeah, we can.
Thanks very much. We're absolutely delighted to win the highly commended award. We launched Green Rewards, which was an individual staff engagement programme last May, and we've really seen a step change in engagement with that and reaching out to a lot of people that weren't previously working with, and just making it much more accessible to night workers and staff that aren't based at their desks. So, we're absolutely delighted to win the highly commended award. Thank you very much to all of you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Claire.
Thank you.
And I believe that with all three winners, we will be able to arrange a handover of the awards at some point in time, firstly.
That is right. We will be sending out the awards directly to you guys into Surgical and the certificates, and you can liaise with the winners and highly commended, and this goes for every category, and arrange at convenient time to meet up and hand out the awards and have some pictures. Obviously, the timing is quite difficult at the moment, but in the due course, we can get that organised, and it allows you to go and meet the people in person and celebrate their work.
Okay, well, we look forward to doing that with all three of the award winners. Thank you very much, Scott.
Thanks very much, Stephen, and thank you to Intersurgical. Pleasure, thank you. Right, our next category, public engagement, sponsored by HEFMA. I think we've got HEFMA representative in Amanda. You like to say a few words, Amanda?
Yes, so I am representing HEFMA here today. I edit HEFMA's magazine, The Pulse, and I also web edit for them and do their social media. So HEFMA, for those who don't know, stands for the Health Estates and Facilities Management Association. So we are proudly associated with the NHS Sustainability Awards today, because our members clearly have such a big part to play in sustainability work that's happening across all aspects of the acute estate and facility services. So that's all I really need to say about HEFMA. So shall we move to the shortlist, which is the Newcastle upon Tyne Hospitals NHS Foundation Trust, Sandwell and West Birmingham NHS Trust, and University Hospitals of Derby and Burton NHS Foundation Trust. And the winner, I am proud to announce, is the Newcastle upon Tyne Hospitals NHS Foundation Trust, and I believe we have James Dixon, Head of Sustainability, online to say a few words.
I just don't believe he's joined us. I have had a message sending through saying there's a lot of stuff going on. He might not get there. I don't think he's going to get to it, I'm afraid. But just to talk a little bit about why they won this, as we all know, or many of you will know, James led the way within his trust to announce and declare the first climate emergency within the NHS. It made a big ripple effect across the NHS, and it was great leadership from James and his trust, including their CEO. And alongside that, they've embedded a lot of sustainable development and climate carbon reduction plans within their 5-year business plan from 2019 to 2024. So it was a fantastic entry, and I think we all recognise how well James and the team at Newcastle have been doing. So congratulations.
Okay, so we have one highly commended in this award category as well, and that is Sandwell and West Birmingham NHS Trust. And hopefully, do we have Fran Silcox, who's the sustainability
Fran Silcox, again, I don't think we should manage to make it online. Fran's one of the ones who emailed me today saying she's got a child with a really bad leg struggling to walk. So I think they're just fighting fires at the moment. However, if Fran does come on at some point, we'll get her to say a few words. Just a little bit about what they've done. They're working on an apprenticeship programme to work with West Midlands and Youth Homeless Charity, and it's on apprenticeship opportunities within the hospital to young people who are at risk of homelessness. And I think everyone would agree that that is a fantastic way for an NHS trust to engage with the public, and it's a fantastic programme. Just to remind everybody as well that we will be publishing the report in the summer, which will have all these entries and case studies included, so you can see everything that they've done. So a big thank you at this point to HEFMA and to Amanda. She will be joining us later on, the sponsor of our travel awards, so we will hear from Amanda later on. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Right, on to our waste award, and we should be joined by Jeff from Elemental Healthcare. Over to you, Jeff.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. It's an honour to be presenting the Waste Category Award on behalf of Elemental Healthcare. Elemental and our parent company, Surgical Innovations, have been promoting fully disposable alternatives since 1999, when our UK manufactured port access system, Yellow Port, was launched and is widely used across the NHS today. Yellow Port and other products from our disposable portfolio are a true sustainable laparoscopic theatre solution and offer significant reduction in plastic waste. Whilst our highly trained sales team is currently restricted from visiting a large number of hospitals, I would like to make you aware that we will be delighted to carry out a business case for you. This is something that we don't come into the trust to do. If we had access to some of your usage, we would be able to compile for you an idea of how a cost saving and plastic saving might look by way of a business case. And we'd be delighted to present that back to you at this time. So without further ado, I have two awards to present. That is the category winner and the highly commended award. So the nominees for the Waste Category Award are Great Ormond Street Hospital for Children NHS Trust, Interserve, NHS Business Services Authority, NHS Lothian Main Recovery and Anaesthetics, and Yorkshire Ambulance Service. And the winner is the NHS Business Services Authority. And I believe we've got Amy Hart, who's the Service Delivery Manager, available. Scott, say a few words.
We have Amy, over to you.
We provide vital services to help patients pay for health costs, things like prescriptions and dental care. So it's really great to be recognised for continuing to do this whilst obviously reducing our environmental impact. I'll be passing the news back on to the teams who worked on removing plastic exemption certificates from this service, as I know they'll be absolutely thrilled. So yeah, this is great. Thank you again.
Well, thank you, Jamie. Congratulations. We'll arrange with Jeff to organise delivery of that award. There is a little bit on there, a bit about what they've done regarding the prescription prepayment certificates and the way that's been done. They've even realised a saving of 600,000 through this, a huge amount of money, and that is one of the biggest reasons for their win. Back over to you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Scott. So moving on to the highly commended award. The winner of the highly commended award is NHS Lothian, Main Recovery and Anaesthetics. And I'm hoping we've got Lydia Howell, the Deputy Charge Nurse, available to say a few words.
We have. Are you there, Lydia? I'm just going to try and get now. Lydia, can you hear us?
She's self-muted.
Got her hand up. What's that, sorry?
She's self-muted, so just have to unclick the mute button at Lydia's end.
Yeah, it's not seeming to do that. She has got a hand up, so let me just see what that might be. Lydia, oh, there she is. Hi, Lydia.
I definitely didn't expect to get a highly commended I don't know, award, because I can see how many amazing people were all in this category. So thank you so much for recognising all the hard work that everyone in the department has been doing. Yeah, we've been trying to tackle it from so many angles.
The first Scottish trust to ever pick up an award.
Amazing.
Yeah, in over 10 years. So you should be very proud of yourselves. The project you've done.
Just the like the push we think we need as well to keep driving things forward. So
yeah,
thank you very much.
Really community focused as well with food waste, and you should be very proud of everything you've done. And I hope it'll give the boost to the team up in Lothian there as they go forward with the next few weeks and the stuff to deal with coronavirus as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Cheers. Thanks for the
Congratulations.
Bye.
Right.
Thank you, Scott.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you to Jeff, and thank you to Elemental Healthcare for their continued support. Now, over to our Carbon Award and our sponsor, Salix.
Hiya, so this is Seema. I'm the marketing officer at Salix. So at Salix, we've been at the forefront of supporting the UK government carbon agenda for over 15 years. We've done this by helping the public sector to implement energy efficient and low carbon technologies through our government-funded interest-free loans. Salix has been able to play a pivotal role in the NHS, providing over 100 million of capital that saves 25 million annually across the sector. We're proud to be part of a campaign that continues to recognise sustainability within the NHS and to have the opportunity to recognise organisations that have taken commendable steps to reduce their carbon emissions. So the shortlist for the carbon category awards is NHS Blood and Transplant, North Bristol and NHS Trust, and NHS Healthier Lancashire and South Cumbria Integrated Care System. And I'm happy to announce that the winner for the Carbon Award is NHS Blood and Transplant. And I invite Neil Powell, the Environmental Manager, to speak to you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi Neil,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm absolutely chuffed with, on behalf of NHSBT to accept the award. We've got a really engaged staff body, all the way from our board exec, all the way through all of our staff, which has helped us to deliver what we delivered so far, and will continue to help us deliver on reducing our carbon. Also, we've got a very engaged donor body, so our donors, our blood donors, are constantly challenging us and asking us questions about what we're doing with carbon, waste, all sorts of other things in terms of our sustainability, which is great because without challenge, things don't change. So I'm happy that staff challenges, donors challenges, it makes me and the other senior managers in the organisation have to think about new ways of doing things. So yeah, I'm absolutely delighted that we've been able to win the award, and thank you very much to the judges. While I've got a public platform, I'd also like to say that obviously at this time, NHS Blood and Transplant is trying to pull in as many blood donors as possible. So if you're a donor and haven't donated lately, or if you're able to donate, I'll get onto the www.blood.co.uk website and try to get into donate blood to make sure that we can continue to provide blood and life-saving products to patients. Obviously, things are stretched at the moment, so we're trying to get as many people in as possible. But back to the main point, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Neil.
And for the highly commended in this category, we're awarding this to North Bristol NHS Trust. And I invite John Hickman, Anaesthetic Speciality Training, to say a few words.
John, are you there?
John?
He's there. I'm just going to unmute John. John, can you hear us? There you go. Hi, John.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi all. Thank you very much for having me, and thank you very much for the recognition. It's very kind amongst so many amazing projects and initiatives. I think it's amazing to see so much positive things. Apologies, I have an 18-month-old that's trying to entertain me.
It's fine, John. We understand. We understand.
Yeah, honoured and excited about the future.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Sean, and good luck with everything. It's a fantastic project, fantastic work from the clinical and anaesthesia areas professionals, which is ever growing in terms of clinical engagement around sustainability, and fantastic to see. Thank you very much, and big thank you to Salix for their continued support. Salix are working tirelessly within the NHS and have been for a number of years to support on any funding barrier that exists to implement sustainable development projects. So do check them out and do get in contact with them for their support. Right, it's reuse, and we're going to hand over to Mr. O'Connor. There, Daniel, it's a bit like Euro, isn't it? It's a bit like we're doing the Eurovision for the NHS. Are you there, Daniel, in Prague?
I'm here. Can you hear me, Scott?
I can hear you, mate. Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome, great. Well, well done, everybody who's involved with putting projects forward. You really are leaders in the field, being innovative and showing persistence and showing others how to get stuff done. So hats off to you all. I just want to say a little thing about the ongoing climate emergency and the current crisis. Just a little reminder, really. You know, we need you all, you guys, to be at your very best and your optimal, maximizing the impact that you're having. So it's really easy at times like this to kind of get stuck in, but forget that, you know, you need to care for yourself as well. We need you to be effective and resilient and carry on these actions over the long term. Yeah. So to do that, you need to have self-care. You know, you remember that you need to look after yourself. You are valuable. You know, you need to acknowledge that value as well. You know, you're contributing to this positive impact that you're having. So I'm just a little reminder, really, to be nice to yourself. You know, make sure that you celebrate this win that you're having. You know, just to be part of this awards. Make sure you celebrate with your team. Make sure that you take plenty of breaks, especially at this really stressful time. Get away from your work as well. You know, have a bit of you time. Go for a run, go for a walk, bit of meditation, whatever you're into. But I just wanted to say, you know, well done, and just don't forget to carry out that bit of self-care. Okay. So going on to the awards. So this is the award for reuse, and you might recognise the name Warpit as the sponsor. That's my company, and we help the NHS reuse. About 35% of the NHS use our reuse platform. So in the shortlist, we've got Sussex Community NHS Foundation Trust. We've got the Royal Wolverhampton Hospitals NHS Trust Neonatal Unit, and we got the Shrewsbury and Telford Hospital NHS Trust. Those are in the shortlist. There's only one winner in this category, and when people have been announcing the awards, you know, there's no clapping because we're online and we can't hear each other. So I'm going to make the crowd noise, okay? So for the winner, we have Sussex Community NHS Foundation Trust. Woo! Well done, and I believe Oliver is there to accept the award and say a few words. Oliver.
Are you there, Oliver? Here you are. I've seen you earlier on, Oliver. There you are. Cheers. Hi, Oliver. Hi, Oliver. Just can't hear you at the second. Is that just me? Can anyone hear Oliver?
No.
No. Oliver, you all right? You want to just unmute and mute again? Or mute and unmute again, see what it does? That's right. You are there. You are showing that you can speak. No? Oh, what's the questions? Not working. Sorry. Okay. What we will do, Oliver, is we will if you can try and get your connection sorted, and we will try and get you to speak a little bit later, if you can get that sorted. And we will hear from them. Just to talk a little bit about what we've done. Fantastic entry, as we're all in this category really. The reuse system and reuse as a whole within the NHS is a massive drive of sustainability. But Sussex have worked really well on their wheelchair, especially seating service, including refurbishing 1,426 wheelchairs. But this has been an estimated saving of 347,000, which is unbelievable. That if they actually reuse on their cushions, it can save 125,000. So, as Daniel pointed to before, with Warpit, reuse is a huge opportunity in the NHS. It's such a quick win to save a lot of money, and this is a great example of how that can be done. So, a very, very worthy winner. Congratulations to everyone shortlisting this. Congratulations to all of his team. And hopefully we may be able to hear from a little bit later. And a big thank you to Daniel and Warpit for their continued support.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Cheers, Daniel. Right, heading over to procurement, and we're delighted to have Darren from Low Carbon Europe, who is our sponsor for procurement. Over to you, Darren.
Great, thanks very much. Good afternoon, everybody. So just a little bit about low carbon then. So we provide energy management and sustainability services into the NHS, and these services range from optimization and building optimization through to behavioural change programs and the development of sustainable development management plans. And we're very pleased to have been given the opportunity to provide an assessment of the carbon saved through not holding today's awards physically. And we calculated that 1,862 kilograms of CO2 equivalent saving from non-travel, non-dining and non-use of building energy through holding this through a webinar today. This equates to a saving of just under 2 tons of CO2. So that's great news.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's really good news. So now on to the award. So we're obviously delighted to sponsor the very important category of sustainable procurement. The procurement of goods and services represent 72% of social care footprint, the carbon footprint. So this has been an incredibly important subject area. Sustainable procurement requires the health and care system to work in partnership with suppliers and the supply chain to take into account the whole life cycle, environmental, social and ethical impact of procurement goods and services. So the short this important category are NHS Shared Services Partnership, Procurement Services, and Greater Manchester Health and Social Care Partnership. So the winner has created and are participating in a regional programme to encourage sustainable procurement and reduce environmental impact from its procurement activities. And the winner is Greater Manchester Health and Social Care Partnership. So very much. And I'd like to invite Neil Hind, the procurement lead for corporate services, to say a few words, please.
Yes, afternoon, everybody. Thank you for the guys on. We applied for this award. It is obviously a very time for those working in I know the team have been working all days, all night, goods which are needed on the shelves in the wards. This will be a bit of good news. So could you have a 3-year plan so we can really get into this agenda? We've made a good start. This is a long journey. Looking forward to it, and we've got some great support from our stakeholders and our execs in the region. So thank you very much for the award.
Well, thank you very much and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much, Neil. It's a fantastic, which we spoke about in Manchester at the beginning of February, and Neil's working closely across Manchester with the likes of and others to implement this and doing some fantastic work. So congratulations, and thank you to Darren and Low Carbon Europe for your continued support.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Right, on to our clinical award. We are delighted to have Armstrong Medical sponsoring this. However, unfortunately, we can't be joined by Nigel at the moment. He embarked on a trip to America at the beginning of last week or the end of last week with his family and not returned, obviously. His thanks for everybody who's entered into this category, and I will announce the shortlist. So, the first one in the shortlist is King's College Hospital Foundation Trust, Newcastle upon Tyne Hospital's NHS Foundation Trust, NHS Foundation Trust, Royalhampton NHS Trust. Is that all our nominees, Matthew? Right. So, the winner of the clinical award for 2020 is Newcastle upon Tyne Hospital NHS Foundation Trust. Congratulations. We should have James. Are you back with us now, James? Are you on the line? We got a representative from Newcastle. What's that? Amy Johnson. Hey. Amy Johnson here. Amy?
Just need to unmute Amy, and then we can hear you.
Amy, just self-unmute for us, please.
Oh, hello, can you hear me now?
I can. We can hear you, Amy. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this award and for the earlier award as well. Sorry, I didn't have a chance to jump in time to sort of accept the Public Engagement Award. But James does send his apologies. With everything going on, he unfortunately couldn't make the webinar. But yeah, thank you very much for this award. This is a great project which was led by clinical teams within our Great North Children's Hospital, looking at switching children and young people from liquid medications to tablet medications, which had a saving of nearly £50,000 per year, increased patient satisfaction because they could get the tablet medications from their local pharmacy instead of having to drive all the way, sometimes for hours, to the hospital to pick up medication, reducing carbon emissions from the embedded carbon within pharmaceuticals, as well as the travel and the impact of that. So I think it's a great project that shows the opportunities for clinical staff to make a difference, just to challenge the way we've always done things. So yeah, thank you very much for this award.
generation of the 4065 is a massive amount, and changing the usual behaviours is a key thing. It was a fantastic. So congratulations. Brilliant.
Hi, Scott.
Right.
Scott, just wanted to. I just wanted to interject there. I believe we can, if you want, we can go back to my colleague to say thanks. He seems to have got his microphone.
Good stuff. Yeah, let's go back to Oliver. Oliver, you there?
Oh yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Oliver. Yeah, loud and
Great.
clear.
Sorry about that. A bit of technical issues. I'm supposed to be a digital native, but apparently not. Thank you very much for well, first of all, for hosting this award ceremony virtually. It's been really interesting and engaging to see everybody sort of able to meet up virtually. I just wanted to say thank you very much to the staff at Sussex Community for really taking the initiative and driving this forward. They, you know, hands up, honestly, there were really minimal input from our sustainability team on this team, and it really kind of shows the fact that we're having an impact in the culture of the organisation, and people are stepping up and taking this kind of work forward, which is great to see. Thanks to Daniel for the virtual clap. I really appreciated that, and thanks for all the inspiring work that the rest of you are getting on with. It's great to see.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Oliver. Really look at the work, and we'll keep the track of everything as it progresses. Congratulations. Thank you, Matt. Right, Clinical Award highly commended. And this goes to the Royal Marsden NHS Foundation Trust. Have we got a representative of the Royal NHS Foundation Trust?
Yeah. Thank you so much. This is amazing. It's really an award for everyone who works in the theatres and anaesthetic department, and I just want to say thank you to all of them, and also thanks to you, Scott and Armstrong Medical, for hosting this. It's really great. Thanks.
Yeah, is this your first time you've entered Marsden?
Yes.
I think it is.
I think we launched a sustainability project this year, and there's a number of different projects underway. So hopefully we'll be back again next year.
Brilliant, fantastic. Well, congratulations, and get now to bring the certificate and stuff to you in due course. But keep up the good work. Right, now we're over to travel, and we'll be joined by Amanda Hefner. Is there, Amanda?
Yes, I'm here. So hello again, everybody. I won't say anything more about Hefner, having said it all earlier. So we'll just go straight into the shortlist, which is the Christie NHS Foundation Trust, Northumbria Healthcare NHS Foundation Trust, and Sandwell and West Birmingham NHS Trust. And the winner of this category is Northumbria Healthcare NHS Foundation Trust. And I'm hoping that I'm going to pronounce this right. We should have representatives Satish Sethuraman and Mike Blades to hopefully say a few words.
Indeed. Hi there, Satish. Hi, Satish. Can you hear us? Can hear you. Let's have a look. Safish, can you hear us? Is there now? Safish? Hello? There's trouble with the thing on Safish. she's boiling a kettle. I don't know if Catherine, can you hear us?
Hello.
Hi there. Can you hear you?
Hello. Yeah, yeah.
Hi there.
Mike, are you there as well?
I don't think he is.
Actually, he's texted me because we are working from home today. So
Okay.
he said that he's joined, but I don't think so. His connection is very good.
No,
So,
I think he joined and he disappeared. But
right,
anyway,
right. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. We all were, yeah. We were delighted, and actually, it was really good to have that because Mike and myself actually worked on this project from 2012, and we have installed 55 charging points, and by 31st of March 2020, it increases to 79. And especially with the government announcement of 2035, I think 3035, everything is going to be electric. So we're being a bit more proactive here, and also we have Mike has written a paper actually on is the electric car good for you? Because people have got this range anxiety at the minute, and I don't think so. From 1st of April, cars which are coming out, they don't need to have that range anxiety because most of the cars just easy 125, 130 miles. So it's going good, and it has helped a huge amount of reduction in our carbon emissions because we have introduced 15 electric vans as well in the trust for internal courier van movement. So this award will definitely help a good motivation for the drivers because initially they were paranoid in electric van, but now all these awards helps them, and hope we do decrease our carbon emissions by driving electric cars and vans. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, that's fantastic. And I know you've been working hard on this for a number of years. We have come across the work you've been doing up there. But for ourselves and from the judges, that it was a staggering amount of charging points and effort that I'd put in that really stood out. And real concerted effort that I can see is a trust-wide effort as well. So that's really fantastic to see. So congratulations and keep up the good work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much, Amanda and Steph, for your support and help on the travel ship of that category. We're now going to head over to innovation and these we had entries, or we had only one entry per category. Previous years we've not held the category because of not enough entries. However, all entries to each of these categories was fantastic. It was brilliant, and it was fantastic to see the huge impact they had, and probably would have been head and shoulders above the rest, whether we had had entries or not. So we deserve to give recognition out to these organisations and giving them the support that they deserve. So our Innovation Award winner is the Association of Anaesthetists. And a representative online? Have we got Gemma? Have we got a representative online? Gemma, are you there? No?
I think she is online. Hi, Scott. I think she is online. Just needs to self-unmute again, unfortunately.
Okay. Gemma, if you are there, could you self-unmute, as Matthew says? I think you're going to be under JC. Is that you? Is that Gemma? I'm going to try and... Okay. Hello. Gemma? No, I don't think it is. Okay, not a problem. We will move on to our next award, which is Supplier of the Year Award. Again, one entry into this, but fantastic entry, an organisation I've not come across before, and fantastic to hand them over this award. I don't believe they've got a representative here. Unfortunately, we did get an email from Holden earlier on that explained that they would not be able to make it due to school issues and picking up children, which is understandable. So we will present that to them, saving money and cut out. Great project, and details of which we can send out at a later date. On to our next award, which is the Food Award. Again, fantastic entry. One of our previous award winners today. And the winner for food and category goes to Tameside and Glossop Integrated Care. Have we still got a representative from Tameside online?
Yes, I'm here, Susan Osborne.
You there, Susan? Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just to say that we're really proud of the work we've done with food. We became the first hospital in the country to ban sugar from our menus in our restaurant. Went over, we ditched all our plastic. We're now on to wooden and plastic-free containers. We've done all of that. We're building our greenhouse made out of bottles, and that's going to grow herbs and lovely tasty things for our restaurant. We source all our food locally now, which you wouldn't imagine a hospital position where we are in at the east side of Manchester, but we source locally. We use produce locally wherever we can, and we've had a real turnaround. People are turning into our restaurant much more than they used to do. People love the menus now. We have meat-free days. We're really on a roll with this one. So thank you so much for recognising it.
Brilliant, and it's fantastic to hear all that and the enthusiasm for you. It's a very difficult time for the NHS, not in just relation to what's going on, but just to drive sustainability. We've been spending a long time working alongside and seeing some of the issues that lie around funding and getting the support, and it's great to see organisations like Tameside and Glossop doing that and pushing through. We hope that this award really helps you push on to bigger things and gives you that support you deserve.
I'm sure. Thank you again.
No problem. Thank you. Okay, and our final award winner for infrastructure, a fantastic project again. A person and an organisation we know very well and have had our support and given their support to us for a long number of years. One of the original sustainable leaders, I would say, in this area, alongside James, Alexis and Fran and others, Claire and others who've done this. So we're delighted to give the award to the Liverpool University Hospitals NHS Foundation Trust. I think we've got Mr. Stenton line to speak. Ian, are you there?
Hi Scott, yeah, thanks very much. So we're just having the bins emptied as you announced that we've won. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you fine, mate.
Great. I'd like to say thanks very much. Thanks for arranging these awards in this format. It's really exceptional. And our project for the infrastructures for Therapies Garden that we've been working on for a number of years now. It's been a great project to be involved in with Macmillan Cancer Support and our complex rehab. We got funds from Tesco to kickstart it. It's an outdoor therapy space that's used for guys with cancer and patients who are going through complex rehabilitation. It's really led on to loads, like the previous speaker was just saying, that we're hoping to get some bees involved with some free training. We've got a really big grant from Veolia Environment Trust now for Broad Green Hospital, so we'll be able to do more and more, and working with NHS Forest and another 5 hospitals. So hopefully green space is something that we can really build on. It's all been from this small project growing. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ian, and good luck with everything. I know you've been working tirelessly to do that, and again, it was an amazing project, and good luck for everything in the future. Well done. Right, everybody, that brings us to the end of the awards. So we will now be sharing this. I believe we've been tweeting live at the moment, so this is all out on Twitter, so please do feel free to retweet. Do feel free to share the good news. We'll be putting out a bit send out to some of the B2Bs and stuff that we've worked with in the past to get some coverage where possible. Obviously, there's quite a few things taking on that headline spot at the moment, but we will continue to champion everything you're doing. It's a real honour to work on this campaign, both personally and professionally, because I've probably made lots and lots of friends over the last 5 or 6 years. Whether some of them I've never had the opportunity to meet face to face, but virtually it seems to we're all coming together, and it's a delight to have the continued support of you guys entering into the awards, but also the sponsors and our members for getting behind it. We hope you continue to support everything we're doing, and we will be there to support you through thick and thin. As we've just mentioned earlier, we are going to do another Sustainability Day on the 17th of September for all those trusts and organisations who couldn't take part today. We have been contacted by a number of them asking for us to do that, and we feel it's only right. We will do another day on the 17th of September where you can do your activities, and we will be on hand to give you any support we can. We'd also like to thank Lyraco for their continued support with the resources that some of you have all ordered, and you will have got the posters, the pens, the cups. We will continue to work tirelessly to give you these resources free for everybody, and make this free for any NHS trust as we move forward towards the government's goals on the Greener NHS initiative. We've just launched a series of webinars that we're going to be doing in we've got details out now. These are the free webinars we're going to be doing. April. Reducing single-use plastic on the 22nd and staff engagement on the 29th, all free for people to register for. We've got some great speakers on there. We can continue to support you whether you're self-isolating or can't travel. And these webinars will also be available on our For All of Us channel, which you can download at future date. And I would like to just say a big thank you to everybody involved. And as it says there, by conducting the awards in this manner, we have saved 1.8 tons of CO2, 931.4 kilograms of CO2 through non-travel, and 631.93 kilograms through zero catering. It's nearly 2 tons of carbon saved by not having it as a physical awards ceremony. Some people said to us at this time, we like the physical awards. Some people find us with their circumstances and things moving forward. Every little bit we can do to remove carbon from the atmosphere and make the NHS sustainable is important. And for us being a responsible organisation, our whole thing is about purpose over profit. So I hope you will support us in the future as we do more projects such as this, more ceremonies, more webinars. Anything you need, come to us, drop us in an email on info@nhssustainabilityday.co.uk. go to NHS Sustainability. Take a look at the Sustainability Day, see Sustainability Day 2020 live. I'll have everything that's gone on today. You can take a shot of everything that's gone on. You can visit our members, take a look at what they're doing. Drop us a line if you want to get in contact with them. Have a look at our last 5 years worth of reports and make the most of the website and ourselves. And anything you need from us, just drop us a line and we'll be there to support you through thick and thin, especially over this very difficult time. Thank you once again to everybody. Thank you to us that are involved today and giving up your time. A recording of this will be available and downloaded for everyone to have, and details of everything will be sent, and all our sponsors will receive the awards in due course as a physical glass award and certificate for you to take and arrange to meet with the winners and highly commended in your own time. Once again, thank you very much. Thank you for Matthew for his time putting things together today. I know it's quite stressful doing something we've never ever done before. You've done a great job, and I look forward to speaking to you in the future. And have a nice rest of the week. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. No worries. Take care, and really pleasure to have. I'm going to do a virtual